Hello everybody, I'm Amanda Kuhl from Fox 56 Sports, and this is week 3 of high school football here on MyTV WQMY. Tonight we head north to the Lackawanna Football Conference with two teams that are very familiar with one another. Lakeland comes in after a tough loss to Old Forge last week. The Chiefs are coached by Jeff Wasilchak, who played for Valley View and is the godfather to Cougars running back Scott Wasilchak. The senior's dad, who also played at Valley View, is Jeff's brother and is currently an assistant coach at Valley View. All in the family tonight. This will be the 35th meeting between the two schools, with Valley View holding a 21-13 advantage. The Chiefs' last win on the field was in 2008. We'll see you at halftime for a look at next week's game and the college football schedule on MyTV. Now let's get you out to Peckville for this week's matchup.
Lakeland has a win and a loss in the first 2 weeks, but if the Chiefs could get by the Cougars, it would solve any problems they're having early on.
We're still making too many crucial mistakes, and we need to, like I said all along, be able to find a way to win the close game. Make that one play that you need to make to win the close game.
Valley View looks like a team ready to compete for a championship. The Cougars have dominated their opponents so far.
I think the kids are playing hard. We have a lot of kids playing for the first time. And, I think they've done a nice job with just everything that comes up being first-time players. A lot of pressure involved, a lot of different looks on defense, a lot of things on offense. And I think they've done a pretty good job adjusting, and hopefully we continue to get better each week.
The school boundaries say these two teams know each other pretty well. It's Lakeland and Valley View. Next.
6'5" and all is going to reach for the end zone. He gets in, one guy to score. Switches hands, and see you later. He is hit.
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
This is John Hens's Memorial Stadium in Peckville, where tonight two old Big 11 foes renew their rivalry. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, who will be joined shortly by Aaron Dugan on the sidelines and my partner in the booth for another week of high school football, John Mendola from the Fox 56 Sports Show. And let's talk about Lakeland first, John. A tough loss last week to a very good Old Forge team, but they held a lead in that game. They need a big night tonight from their sophomore sensation, Cy Bapnick.
Well, Cy's a kid who ran for over 100 yards last week. He's a sophomore, got some experience track and field in the spring. Physical kid. They have a couple running backs, but I think Babkinek will be the leader tonight for the Chiefs.
Valley View start out very strong. 2 big wins in their first 2 weeks. Another big year from Scott Wasilchak.
I had 1,400 yards last year, 200 yards last week. Wasilchak is kind of a grinder, gets the job done week in and week in. It's his senior year, and his uncle's over on the other side coaching.
Beautiful night for high school football all around the area. Let's see, will it remain that way tonight? Let's head to Josh Odell now from the Fox 56 News, 1st at 10.
All right, thank you, Bob. For our game tonight, Lakeland at Valley View here at John Hens's Veterans Stadium. The forecast is actually a pretty decent one. Game time temperatures in the lower 70s. When this game is wrapping up around 9 o'clock, it will likely be down into the upper 60s. But all in all, it's dry, and I think a great night for some high school football. Bob, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Josh. Well, we are all set. They're filing in here to John Hens's Memorial Stadium. It should be a good one. It's the Chiefs and the Cougars for the 35th time. Starting lineups, opening kickoff are on the way.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
Lakeland Bears coach John Papa Bear Henses welcomes fans into the stadium named after him. And here come the Lakeland Chiefs, followed by the home team dressed in blue tonight from Valley View. Welcome back, everyone, to Peckville as we get set for Lakeland and Valley View. Let's pause now as we're getting set for tonight's national anthem. Bye-bye, John Mendola, topside with you. Aaron Dugan will join us shortly on the field. Crowd still filing in here. Big line to get tickets here, as you might expect. Two teams, two schools, John, that border each other. Literally, you can live in one house in Jessup, German, the other house in the Peckville, Archbald area, and you go to different schools.
You can see people just filtering in here late. And again, it's always a little bit of a late crowd, but a great crowd and a great rivalry within some of those families. Always have some relatives back and forth.
Well, we'll see that tonight. A lot of names familiar with one another. The Wasilchak family, of course, Jeff coached, played here. Scott played here. We talked about that in the pregame. But now let's get set. Here is tonight's national anthem. Our national anthem tonight here in Peckville. Well, Lakeland comes in using a 2-quarterback system. How will that play out, and what does that mean? Let's head down to Aaron Dugan. More on that.
Yeah, Bob. Well, you're going to see something out here tonight. You're not used to seeing 2 quarterbacks out on the field for Lakeland. Coach Wasilchak not 100% on either junior Jake Gross and senior Cody Rupp. He said they've both kind of been inconsistent, so he's going to stick with a 2-quarterback scheme. Both have had their ups and downs, he said, but neither one has really separated himself. So until he sees some consistency, he's going to stick with that double quarterback tonight. So number 7 and number 2, splitting things up tonight, guys.
Thank you, Aaron. Rupp, of course, injured last year, John, and if it works for you, it works, but you know, no one really can get any consistency, and that's what, when I talk to the quarterbacks, that's what they mentioned.
Well, you have to make it work. Hey, if that's what Coach Wasilchak calls for, you got to make it work, and I'm sure Lakeland will find a way. They were awfully close last week against Old Forge. A couple plays here or there could have went their way, that's for sure. That would have been a nice upset win for them. But Lakeland's one of those teams that could be that dark horse in AA and District 2. They may just pull in a District 2 championship this year. Tonight's a big game.
Colin Cooper tees it up. Valley View won the toss. They will receive. Back for the kick, Osborne and Carey, and this rivalry of the week is underway. This is 10 Jake Osborne from his 5. Finds a nice hole, sheds the kicker, has a great return inside Chiefs territory at the 40-yard line. A nice 45-yard gain to get this one underway. So now here is your Northwoods Nissan starting lineups. Mitch McHale's the quarterback, 2-year starter. Had 3 touchdowns a week ago. He can throw to some very good wide receivers, including Evan and Carey. He has 5 catches this year and 2 touchdowns, 112 yards. And up front, not big, but very athletic. Watch out for center Marcus Cicero. He's a 225-pound senior. It's a great field position to begin for the Cougars at the Chiefs 38. Two tight ends, they come out throwing. They get it out to Carey. Carey with running room. A quick 14 on that one. Up to about the 24. Let's take a look at this opening run back though, John. Great way to start the game and good blocking for special teams.
Yeah, Jake Osborne just heads right up the center of the field and then explodes through a couple of would-be tacklers from Lakeland, gets rid of one right there, and gets great yardage for the opening drive here for the Cougars.
59 officially for that kickoff. Here is Wasilchak. He's met at the line of scrimmage by Bamba. Bamba in quickly. Bapnick also in there. We continue with the Northwoods Nissan starting lineup. Defense this time. Wayman on the outside, 2 tackles. Did have a sack. Was banged up a little bit last week. Very good linebackers. Joe Pigeon came in from Virginia. Has 23 tackles on the year and a sack. And behind him, Taryn Harding playing very well. 9 tackles on the year for the junior cornerback. And some movement up front. Both teams pointing at one another. Referee tonight, Mike Serra. Very good crew. Take a look at that shortly. So that will back them up 5 yards.
Well, you thought maybe the Lakeland guy, Nick, said a jump, but a little movement over on the right-hand side of the offensive line of the Cougars. That'll back them up 5.
Valley View came in averaging 30 points already this season in their first 2 games. McHale, another quick one out to Ethan Carey. He pulls it up to about the 23.
Just a pass right out into the flat. They're trying to get a little bit of yardage here. Lakeland's got some quick guys, but Valley View saying we got some athletes as well, as Babkinek came over to make that tackle.
7 yards on that, so 3rd and long on the way for the Cougars. This all started after a great kickoff return. Little toss to Wasilchak, little crease. It's going to be close to a first down, about 2 yards short. Brings it up to right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it is Wasilchak over on the right-hand side, following his fullback. It's a block, but Babkinek fights it off and helps make the tackle over there with Taryn Harding.
So it looks like George Hawanitz will go for it. That penalty really set them back here early on. Could have taken an early lead, John. Something to watch for. So Wasilchak dots the I. He'll give it to 20. He stood up. It's going to be close. It depends on the mark. May see a measurement on this one.
Looks like the offense coming out for Lakeland. It might have been Furco, the big bruising fullback. Play a little linebacker if he chooses to. 6 foot, 228 pounds. He's a junior. Let's watch it right now as we see just a little blast play straight ahead. The wedge block right there. They double team, but and at the bottom, Babkinek and Furco on that stop, and Lakeland takes over.
Backed up on their own 14. Woo! Boy, there's some defense early on by Pitzman. He comes in, and first play from scrimmage, they lose a yard as Lakeland. Rupp gets the start at quarterback number 7. He's a senior. Can run it pretty good. A touchdown, averages 9.2 yards a carry. So number 8 dots the I, Babkinek. Low toss to him. There's that smothering defense from Valley View again. Loss of another yard, it looks like. 3rd down on the way.
Mazzoni in on that tackle, 6'1", 230 pounds. Little DN action from him. As you see, Mazzoni fighting off the block, and then gets a little help from his buddy, finishing up, Matt Pitzman.
Lakeland averaging 33 points a game in their first 2. Rupp back, nowhere to go. Chased and tackled. Brandon Brzezinski, number 52, is there for the sack. And good defensive stand by Valley View will force Lakeland to punt.
A little stingy, that's for sure, this Valley View defense. So Burko's got the job to block. Cougars had a bunch of guys back. They sent 3 receivers over on the right-hand side, but running around, Rupp trying to find something, and they just sniffed that out quickly, led by Brzezinski.
Referees will stop this one. Lakeland actually calls timeout. Not enough men on the field. Boy, that's a big setback. You have to call an early timeout. 7:08 remaining here. Valley View should get very good field position, but that penalty really hurt them on their first drive. You get a fantastic kick return. You can't convert. That's a little discouraging early on.
Well, it's one of those things where, hey, you go over this meeting after meeting during the week, game day, you prepare for stuff like this, and then sometimes you don't get it right. You're better to be safe than sorry. And right now, Lakeland takes the time out to make sure they have the proper guys, the proper coverage, and a tight punt here when they're backed up like this.
Chiefs came in with wins on the first week over Northwest, 42-14. And I said last week against Old Forge, we're leading. They ended up losing that 27-24. So Garth Eastat is the punter. He gets a nice high kick. Carry up to 49. Good special teams play down there for Lakeland. And now Valley View has the ball once again in Chiefs territory.
Good luck, Cougars and Chiefs. Kozlowski Law, serving all your legal needs, including personal injury, workers' comp, DUI, criminal defense, elder, and estate law. Our team is here to help you in your time of need. Call us at 570-876-3779 for Kozlowski Law.
McHale back, quick step. And a little hitch to Osborne. Osborne up for 11, up to the 39.
I like the attack here from Valley View. Short passes. Everything looks pretty crisp. So you see a 3-step drop. McHale just fires away. A little space over there, separation, and now we got a chain mover for the Cougars.
Looked like Rupp there on defense. Here's Wasilchak, who had a big week against Pittston area a week ago. Finds the crease. Corner, big gain. About 13, knocked out of bounds at the 25.
That shows a little experience out of Scotty Wasilchak. Nice job by his line. His fullback got a hat on somebody over there, and it all works for the Cougars on that play. And once again, they continue to march.
Early on in the year, I mean, they're putting up huge numbers, 307 total yards per game, 213 on the ground, 93 in the air, so very formidable offense from Valley View and wins over Mid-Valley and Pittston area. That's the fullback, Hitzman, gets a quick carry.
Sermonero in on the stop. See the fullback just trying to knife through, but a nice read over there at the D tackle position, Sermonero.
Cougars have used a lot of young players over the last couple of years. They're finally up to juniors and seniors now, so they expect to contend for a Lackawanna Division I title. Silchak in the backfield. What a job coming in as Babkinek. He blew that up early.
Yep. Yeah, Babkinek with that play, he just totally disrupted the backfield and threw the whole play off. Earlier, Wasilchak had some patience. This time he didn't even have an opportunity as Babkinek gets the penetration on the defensive end.
So second time, it's 3rd and long in as many possessions for Valley View. Let's see if they can convert this one. Coming in is Pigeon. Out quickly and not able to bring it in is Osborne. So another 4th down. Chiefs doing a nice job on defense, holding their own.
Lakeland brought the heat. Both inside backers come. Watch as they tried to get a little block going. It just didn't work out. And the pattern over on the sideline came a little bit short. So, once again, Bob, as you said, this the fourth down. Let's see if Valley View can come up with something interesting.
That's McHale's first incompletion of the night. Threw a couple short ones in the first possession. So they'll go for it on fourth down. McHale back. Coming back to the other side and tripping was number 8, the tight end, Mazzoni, or he had some running room on the left-hand side. His feet got tangled up.
Well, they have trip receivers over to the right-hand side. They throw the screen back and just kind of stepped on his own ankles. Did have some room, as you said, Bob, but sometimes those things look wide open. Lakeland really has some speed in that defensive backfield.
So we're up again, the QB. The Backmanick with good speed. He gets the corner. He could go. Knocked out of bounds inside Cougar territory. Catching up to him was Carey, but not after a huge gain for Cy Backmanick.
Got to talk with Cy Babkinik in the spring with the track and field team. Boy, they were pretty experienced. And this young guy named Babkinik, with all those seniors that went on to win state gold, and Babkinik shows now as a sophomore more wheels and a little bit of know-how here for the Chiefs.
69 yards for the super sophomore, and Lakeland's in business. Inside the fullback, full steam ahead for Eric Furco. Now here is the Northwoods Nissan. Lakeland starting offense. Talked about Furco, just had the ball. Big carry there. Wide receivers, they can catch it also. Zach Polito, so far early on this year, 2 touchdowns on 4 receptions. And up front, Corey Bednash is the guy everyone's talking about up here. Looking at Division I teams, big, good size, 6'1", 260. Get to the defense in a second. Second down. Baptinick again gets the corner. Flag comes in. That's from the umpire, so we'll see what this one is.
Let's see Lakeland, they bring a guy in motion, that's E-Stat. Valley View's bringing some heat. And then over on that right-hand side goes Babkinek. But
chop block on the call.
Yeah.
Chop block on the call. I didn't know if you saw it, John. Sorry. So that will back up Lakeland. Negate a good drive going. 4:04 in the first.
That's the way this game has gone so far, Bob. Here in the first quarter, we've seen good stuff and then on both sides. So, Lakeland has a huge run and then a penalty. Valley View is a big kick return, and then some things don't work out for them. So it's that kind of stuff early in the season that'll frustrate you as a coach. But I think this is what we expected tonight, in an evenly matched game. If somebody's going to step up and make a bigger play, who is it going to be first?
Shotgun for the senior. 2 tight ends. Downfield towards the end zone. Goes Rupp. No one really there. Baptinick was cutting across the middle, but it was overthrown.
2 guys banged up, both linemen, one for Lakeland and one for Valley View. Hoping they just kind of hit knees, but down and in a little bit of pain here is Pitzman. He's a big dog up front, 6 foot, 245-pound junior.
So there's a timeout on the field due to the injury. We will stay right here as Lakeland's on the move.
The Big Chief Supermarket, supporting the Lakeland Chiefs, is home with the Friday night pizza special. 2 trays for $10, 5-pound hamburger, $2.89 a pound, or boneless chicken, $1.99 a pound. Good luck, Antonio, number 76. We love you, Mom, Dad, and Cameron.
The crowd is getting through the gate finally. Standing room only here at John Hens' Memorial Stadium. George Juanitz comes out to check on his junior, who's down on the field, number 72. So we'll take a quick timeout. No score here in Peckville. We'll be right back. We're away. 4th down on the way for Lakeland. Here's what happened on 3rd down, John. Bat, snap, and then everything breaks loose.
A little bit of folly action there. But he stepped real high. Nice boot again.
Juggle by Carey. Has some blocks. Carey, another nice return. Evan and Carey carrying the Cougars on special teams inside Chiefs territory for the 3rd straight time. A big return on special teams.
Guys limping off for Lakeland. One an ankle, one a bad arm. Just one of those plays, a little Malachi crunch action over here. You see Eastat again banging this kick. But you watch a nice return here for Valley View. And Carey over on that right-hand side, then cuts it straight up. Breaks a couple of nice tackles here, but it's Eastat who corrals him down.
3rd straight time. Cougars start in Chiefs territory. Have not converted yet. Flag comes down. Wasilchak picks up 14. But the flag is back at the 46. There are your referees tonight. Mike Sierra there. Very experienced referee crew here tonight doing a nice job early on. So that will back up the Cougars. And to give us more on the injured player from Valley View, Aaron has more on that. Aaron?
Well, Bob, you saw Pitzman come off. He was holding that right knee. He actually couldn't put any pressure on the right knee. He had a couple linemen help him out. He just went back in the locker room. Don't know if he'll be back in the game yet, Bob.
He actually has come out, Aaron. He's on the bench right now, right next to you. So McHale out to Carey. Short game back to the original line of scrimmage. Boy, 3 straight times, John. One of these times you have to convert. If not, you give the Chiefs more and more confidence on defense.
Yeah, good closing job over there from Harding. You see again, 3-step drop. Ball lollipops just a little bit out there for him.
Lakeland's defense coming in, giving up 20 points per game. Gave them 27 to Old Forge a week ago. Here's Wasilchak. Boy, he scoots through. It's like a pinball machine. Big gain inside the 30 to the 28.
Well, that's why you do the ladder drill. That looked like everything you do in the preseason when you're working that ladder drill. Let's look at the quick feet from Wasilchak. One way, couple of steps, come back across, little step here. Again, shake it right across. And Scotty Wasilchak has been a successful running back here at Valley View for years.
Give him 16 on that. Cougars in business one more time. It works right, let's go left. Polito banged up there, holding his arm, number 88 after the tackle. This is a hard-hitting game, John. Another flag down, too.
Real nice vision from Wasilchak, but as Bob mentioned, the flag on the field as we get to work this out. You see Wasilchak here, he sees that little vision and the cutback, and then he gets cut in half over there. Good pursuit from Bednash.
Boy, another penalty on Valley View when they were driving. That's going to drive the coaching staff nuts. So backs them up to the 33 and brings up first down, 15. Wasilchak, 240 yards last week his 6th 200-yard game in 3 seasons. McHale back, gonna go long. Over the middle is Carey. In the double coverage, intercepted by the Chiefs. Harding, his first INT of the season.
Well, you're not going to get a better punt than that. Not that you wanted it at the time, but the ball just hung up there too long for quarterback Mitch McHale, and Harding played it perfectly. See a little play action there. And you see the just got under it a little bit. Estat was over there. You catch the ball to Tyus, point what you're taught, and Harding comes up with a nice play.
Chiefs coming out of their own end zone. Number 8, Backnick. They'll give it to the fullback, Furco. Gets out of there. Holds on to the ball. As we head under a minute here in a very quick first quarter in Peckville. Really, the Valley View's, John, first test this year. 27-0 over Mid-Valley. Pittston area, not much of a match, 34-7. So where Lakeland had that big game last week against, everyone knows Old Forge is very good. Valley View has not been tested really this year. So we'll have to see how they respond to that.
Agreed.
Sophomore up past the first. That should be the end of the first quarter at the 15, and that's where Lakeland will have it as we begin quarter number 2. We're scoreless here in Peckville. Bapkinick and the Chiefs trying to get something going here in Peckville.
Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Valley View Cougars, a safe and successful football season. Area's #1 collision and insurance claims center, serving Northeast VA for 28 years. At Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, when you're in an accident, remember one thing: it's your choice and your money. Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center.
Welcome back, everyone, to Papa Hens's Memorial Stadium. John Hens's. Some people call him Papa Bear. Blakely Bears played near here for many years back in the day, as they say. Tonight it's the rivalry, old Big 11 teams going head-to-head, Cougars and the Chiefs. Cougars have had 3 opportunities inside Lakeland territory, have not converted. Lakeland tries to get out of their own end zone. Jake Gross, the junior, number 2, is quarterbacking now. So Jeff Wasilchak, as promised, going 2 quarterback systems per quarter, it looks like.
There you see the Chiefs trying to see if maybe Estat can get involved. Didn't have much of a chance. Soon as he got the ball, he was hit immediately in that backfield.
So there you see Jake Gross, the junior, 4 of 7 on the year, more of a thrower, 2 touchdowns. Last year, when Rupp was injured, he threw 3 touchdowns and 206 yards and 5 interceptions. Furco pushes through, past the 20 up to the 22.
Furco, a big boy, 6 foot, 228 pounds. You see, he is solid. Got a little banged up last week in the Old Forge game in the second half, and Lakeland was doing okay with him.
2 tight ends in there. Fullback again. Tripped up on the inside by number 8, Angelo Mazzoni. And that'll bring up 4th down. Another punt coming for Lakeland.
Cicero helping out over there as well. See the carry. Nice trip up. And then Cicero finishes. But again, Mazzoni has been a tough one to block.
Valley View's doing a great job early on special teams because of Carey. This is Osborne who let it go. And Valley View, for the 4th straight time, will start their possession in Lakeland territory. Can they convert? We'll find out. But first, let's go down to Aaron with the Crazies.
That's right, Bob. They're really
Matt Canzero.
You guys are really fired up today.
Yeah, we are. Cougars are here to win.
Tell us about what went on before the game. You had a nice little senior night?
Yes, me and the band we played a couple songs for everyone. We had free food. It was a tailgate. It was a fun time. Played a lot of classic songs. I'm Matt Canzero. We rocked the house. We're rocking it now.
You guys are definitely rocking. How much fun do you guys have rooting on your team every week?
We have a lot of fun every week. We're the Cougar Crazies. We get bigger and bigger every week.
Definitely crazy. You guys want to send it back? Yeah!
Well, let's look at the play as the can't lose the Cougar chant.
No chance. Scotty Wasilchak taken out of bounds. Gets a couple of yards on that.
3 in all. Overbalanced line to the near side. Fullback straight ahead. Pitzman carries a bunch of Chiefs to the 32. Gain of 10.
Well, you can't guess. Not saying Lakeland did, but, you know, they have an overbalance on one side, and they just kind of blow it out over on the opposite side, double team the tackle, and then straight ahead goes Pitzman.
Chiefs have had some breaks on defense due to Cougar penalties in the first quarter. Let's see if Valley View can go down without any penalties and get a score. Left side, same play. Pitzman again shedding tackles inside the 20 to the 19. 13 on that. Fullback, give it to him for about 22 yards, last 2 carries.
Yeah, a couple nice fullbacks in this game, that's for sure. And you see a double team straight up front, and Pitzman just goes forward and does a nice job of getting a first down.
Now the Chiefs have to worry about 2 guys. Unbalanced again, left side. Little spin. Wasilchak surveying. Picks up 7. Inside the 15 to about the 12.
That'd be tough coaching against your nephew. I'm sure on one hand you're like, hey, that kid, nice run by my nephew. On the other hand, you got to stop him. Spin move over there with Wasilchak. Not sure what to do. Does a little toe drag as if he's a hockey player. Watch this right here. And then he goes forward.
Except he's not on ice. Kurtula 62, nice blocking downfield, number 62. Timeout Cougars. Didn't like the play. We'll take a quick break. 8:20 Cougars on the march.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
We are back. Lakeland and Valley View. Strawham Enterprises wish the Chiefs and Cougars a great season. Strawham Enterprises, building classic homes for the future since 1987. We build quality homes from beginning to end at Strawham Enterprises.
Bye-bye, John Mendola, Aaron Dugan here in Peckville. Valley View on the march one more time. 4th drive they have had in Lakeland territory. Not converted yet. All on the ground on this one. Wasilchak left side. Stood up quickly. Bednash in there on the first hit. Furco as well. Nothing fancy from Valley View, John. Straight ahead running.
Yeah, just trying to attack it. Some of that has worked. And she's enjoying herself tonight.
Former Valley View cheerleader, no doubt. This drive started on the Lakeland 45. Sixth play of the drive. Unbalanced left side again. Fullback shoots through Pitzman, carries players to the 5. First and goal, Valley View.
I think that was Howie Babcock ended up getting the carry on this one. 34, he kind of slipped into the lineup, Bob. And Babcock, he broke a tackle there out of Babkinek, and Babcock gets the good carry. 5'8", 160 pounds, elusive.
I have it as the first carry so far this year for him. So yeah, they really did slip him in. Kind of look the same from up here. Now they're both in there. Power eye. Will Silchak toss. Trying to get back to the other side and nowhere to go. Good job by Lakeland. 2-yard loss on that.
Hold on to the football and kind of get straight up and down here with Silchak. A sea of white. Babcock, that is, fighting off tackles. And then finally, over there, the Lakeland defense takes him down. Number 21, Nick Seta.
Seta's first tackle of the season. So second and goal. Fullback, that is Pitzman, 30. He's powering through, so it'll be third and goal now.
Well, every time Valley View thinks they have one play, Lakeland steps up and makes another. Again, up front, nice job out of that Lakeland defense. Bednash is tough, and so are Furco, two of the stronger kids. Also in there, number 55 for the Lakeland Chiefs defense on a little goal line action.
It's all about Will down here. Tailback through, touchdown Cougars. Scott Wilsilchak, 3 yards.
Well, they try something over on the left-hand side, get a couple of blocks. Little combo action, and Wilsilchak punches pay dirt.
So the Cougars punch it in, and we'll go for 2 now. I formation. No pass out of this. Little fade, and it just didn't get there. A lot of contact in the end zone, and it goes incomplete. But a 9-play, 45-yard drive is capped by number 20, and Valley View has the early lead.
The Chiefs. From your friends at German Supply, your home for topsoil, mulch, decorative stone, retaining walls, and sand. Call today, 570-876-1170 for German Supply.
We are back. Finally, the Cougars take advantage of field position. They have an early 6-0 lead, and they'll kick it off. Now this will be actually Carey. Evan Carey will do the kickoff duties. 3 men back to receive, a little shank when the up man takes it. And Bamba returns it, and Lakeland will have decent field position to begin this drive, trying to get back into it. They place it at the 37-yard line. So the Chiefs come in, averaging 33 points per game. 196 on the ground, just 38 through the air, 234 total. So I know Jeff Wasilchak would like to get his offense on track. There was a flag down, so it was on Valley View, so Lakeland gets an extra 5. So I was right before. They were in the 40s, 43 now. Some young Cougar girls. Out quick to Eastat, and Eastat positive yardage inside Cougar territory at the 49. Pickup of 7.
Eastat, one of those athletes you can put anywhere on the field. You know, he does a nice job as a safety. He could play tailback, playing some flanker, a little bit of everything. Just a quick hitter to him, and he'll make some positive yardage, big 8 yards.
So Rupp now back into the game, the senior. Sophomore through, holds on to the ball. And Babkinik up to the 39-yard line, gain of 10.
A little G power action over to that left-hand side towards the sideline. As the Lakeland Chiefs pull Bednash, Biffles, one of the Cougars, Babkinik going full steam ahead.
Lakeland was able to move the ball last week against Old Forge. That wasn't the problem. This was a lateral, but it's caught. So that's Luke Petinato, the senior, his first catch on the year. And Cougar slow to get up as Hudak.
A short side of the field the Chiefs decide to go to. They did it before, able to get a little bit. This time the Chiefs can't find much room as the Cougars did a nice job of containing it. Got Carey and Osborne, the other Carey, in the defensive backfield, along with Sispotowski.
Well, here are the last 5 meetings between these two schools. It's 35th meeting overall, as we have said. And the one with the asterisk kind of stands out in 2013. Valley View won the game on the field, ended up using an ineligible player. Lakeland gets the win by forfeit, but really Lakeland hasn't won on the field since 2008.
Yeah, maybe this is their year. Right now they're trailing, but you know, the Cougars have had command of Lakeland, and Jeff Wasilchak hoping to earn a win here.
So the injured player, Brian Hudak, comes off the field. Check on him, but both teams are ready to go, including the Valley View cheerleaders. Under 5 minutes here in the first half. Valley View has converted a touchdown in this quarter. Babkinik wrapped up. A tough kid to pull down. Originally hit by number 8, Mazzoni, but then got a couple yards after that. 3rd and long on the way for the Chiefs.
See Babkinek over on the left-hand side, again trying to get his ankles, trying to carry him up top, and finally take him down. Ankle gets twisted a little bit there. Gets up slowly.
Rupp from the shotgun. Looking downfield. Has a guy wide open. To the 23 goes Polito. Nice gain, 14 and all.
Nice job from Polito finding open space. Let's look up front here for the Lakeland Chiefs on the offensive line. Defensive end job is clutch for the fullback. Gets the block. A simple route when you got a guy or two out there, but that's all you need.
Brzezinski coming in with 15 tackles on the season. wraps up Bapkinick behind the line of scrimmage.
Tough bringing down a sprinter from behind, but Brzezinski's good enough to do that.
So Jeff Wasilchak calls the play from the sideline. Lakeland will bring it out. Best looking drive of the night for the Chiefs. Fullback barely got the ball as Furker was hit early on by number 52 again.
Watch the penetration here, right in the middle of the field. Great job over there. It looked like, to me, number 52, Brzezinski again.
Yep. Well, last year, Brzezinski had 70 tackles. One of the better linemen in the Division I of the Lackawanna Football Conference. Excuse me, linebacker. 200-pound senior. Looked pretty good right there. So big third down now for Lakeland. Valley View shows the blitz. Here they come. Trying to hit Polito on a quick slant. It goes incomplete. Trying to get it out there.
This is tough for Rupp. You know, he kind of hesitates, but he's got to get rid of it. He knows the linebackers are coming, so he tries to lead them. They got a little jam on the tight end, and it held them up a half a second. You know, as a coach, that's why you teach that. Holds up the tight end. He had some open space there, would have had enough for the first down. So nice job there by the Cougars.
There's the Lakeland coaching staff. They will go for it on fourth down at the Cougar 22. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Valley View showing blitz again. They come. Trying to reverse. Estat's trying to throw it. He's got a guy downfield. He couldn't get Polito. Was wide open in the end zone. Broken up early by Valley View. They take over on downs.
Valley View bringing the house again. The linebackers are coming. Watch the heat right off the bat. The linebacker brings it. Estat's running for his life as soon as he gets it. Now, he could have threw it up, but I think because the way his body and the way the guys are coming, he's like, I might not get enough mustard. Maybe it'd be an interception, even though, as you said, Bob, there was a guy back there.
Yeah, Polito was wide open calling for the ball, but that was broken up early on. So the 10-play drive brings up no points. Cougars take over at the 25. That's actually their worst starting field position on the evening for Valley View. That's a penalty. Penalties have really played a role in tonight's game, for the Cougars especially.
Yeah, we've had a few penalties, that's for sure, tonight. It's kind of been a back and forth, big play, penalty, big play, penalty, and then a couple of shorties.
We'll look at some halftime stats, but Valley View's probably going to be out there. But all that matters is that scoreboard overthrown, looking for carry. And Harding had looked up, he might have had a pick 6.
Tough call here for Coach Awana. It's what do? Do you try to run the football again, run out the clock? Maybe if you get 20 yards, you start going and throwing a little bit. You know, one thing when you're up 6-0, quick play by Lakeland could put them up. So it's kind of a tough call. You're juggling with it in your mind, I'm sure.
Saw the Cougar coach call the play. Scott Wasilchak, Jeff's brother. Saw him in that shot. Surprised they would throw and not try to run out the clock. Here they hand it off. And Corey Bednash says, you're not going to do that tonight.
Silchak didn't have much to it. Thrown down. Bednash right there, and somebody falls.
Well, Jeff Wasilchak's going to let the clock roll a little bit. He'll have time, 2 timeouts remaining. If the Chiefs can make a stop here, they're going to get the ball back, which should be good field position. He's going to save those 2 timeouts. They're going to throw for it. Carey. He get the corner, he can get the first down. Good pursuit by the Chiefs. Knocks him out of bounds, short of a first down. Luke Pettinato on the stop. And now 4th down on the way for Valley View.
Pass right out over in the flat. And that's where you try to have your athlete make a move. And Babcock and Estat get over there to drive them out.
Punter Ryan McGinty is a senior. It's a low kick. It takes a Valley View hop. And it will be picked up at the 26-yard line. So that's where Lakeland could try to get back in this one. They will get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. So you're up 6-0. Do you start throwing it around? You just take a knee, take it down, and take the ball in the 3rd quarter.
If you get good protection, maybe you could try a 1 or a 2-man pattern. Estat, guy like him's got a little bit of wheels. You saw with Silchek, give him the play. So you're kind of curious. You think he'll try something on the short side of the field here?
He'll try to trick play on the 4th down. Didn't work. Let's see what they're going to do here. Little toss up to Estat. That's to the 30-yard line. Now, is that toss considered like a shovel pass? It's forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was going to be a handoff, but just kind of, as you said, a forward pass, whether it's underhand or overhand, as they bring the play in quickly, trying to get another one in.
This kind, 2nd man through Babcock. Brzezinski breaks it up, and a host of other Valley View Cougars. So that will do it. First half in the books here at John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Cougars finally break through in the 2nd quarter, and they take a 6-0 lead into the half. And Lakeland gets the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. Aaron Dugan is efforting George Hawanitz, as we'll get you set for halftime. Aaron will have a special interview at the half as well. So here is Aaron with the Valley View coach.
Well, Coach, you're definitely moving the ball, maybe not as many points as you want on the board.
Yeah, we're doing a nice job in between like 20 to 20. We just can't punch it in. We need to, but we did a little better job. I thought, we didn't play great defense in the first half, so if we can come back to the second half, do a little better job.
After you've had a half to see their offense, what do you see from their offense? What do you have to do to shut them down?
Well, they're tough. I mean, their quarterback made some nice plays. They got some nice runs by their tailback, and we just have to tackle a little better. We missed a couple tackles early, and they led to bigger plays. So I hope we can shore that up and be ready for the second half.
Thank you, Coach. Bob?
Thank you, Aaron. So coming up, we'll have our MyTV halftime report with Amanda Kuhl, and then Aaron will be back with a special interview. 6-0 Cougars over the Chiefs. We're at the half.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
And welcome back to John Henson's Veterans Memorial Stadium. You're watching a Lackawanna Conference matchup tonight on MyTV WQMY. Valley View 6, Lakeland 0 at the half. I'm Aaron Dugan. Thank you so much for joining us. I have a special guest with me. This is Chris Mendocino, the principal of Valley View. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us what's going on at Valley View.
We've got lots going on tonight. We had our senior tailgate party. It's an annual party that we do every year. Kids come out. We had a live band tonight. They're fed. They enjoy the time with each other. Coming up in October, we've got a special event coming up October 1st. we're doing for our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. They're going to come out for a workshop on the new SAT. And then at the same time, on that night, we have our senior class going to have a college fair at the school. They're going to be running simultaneously. Get our kids involved and see what's going on and let them get ready for their post-secondary education.
You can definitely tell from the event today, it's a very tight-knit group.
It's all family-oriented. I'll tell you what, our kids are great. They do a fantastic job, and they're really close to one another.
I have to ask you about the band, because when the band came out for their pregame performance, I got up, I was dancing, I was singing along. They did a whole performance to a band, Paramore, a very current band, really fun. It seems like they put a lot of work into that.
They're a dedicated bunch of kids. Our band director, Mike Wisniewski, does a fantastic job with the group every year. I'll tell you what, to me, it's the best in the area.
And how about the atmosphere here at the stadium? It seems like every time we do a game here, it's packed.
It's packed, and the fans, as you can see, they're excited. Everybody's pumped up for the game.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping to chat with us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have stats and highlights from the first half when we come right back. Stay with us here on MyTV WQMY.
We are at the half in Peckville. The home team from Valley View leads Lakeland 6-0 after 2 quarters. Back inside the booth, Bob Ide and John Mendola. And John, so far, Valley View 5 possessions. 4 of those have started inside Lakeland territory, but just 6 points on the board.
Yeah, and that's something that Coach Iwanitz alluded to with Aaron, saying, we're doing some good stuff, but we got to do it better because they only have 6 points, and the Lakeland could come right back here at any moment. So I think this will continue to be a close football game. We're seeing who's going to make those big plays. Scotty Wasilchek hoping he can make a couple for the Valley View Cougars.
124 total yards for Valley View. Lakeland has 88, so let's take a look at some highlights from the first half. Valley View got things started. One of those possessions again started inside and went to the passing game right away.
Yeah, a couple quick hitters over here for Valley View. They try to get a couple of guys in business. And Babcock gets a long run for Lakeland. Try to use the fullback a little bit. Didn't work out. And then Valley View ends up throwing an interception. Good defense down there by Taryn Harding, who picked it off. And then it's a punch in here from Scotty Wasilchek. A little action over in the flat. They tried to go through it twice. And the Valley View Cougars sniffed it out after a couple plays. And then a little trickery for Lakeland. Eastat couldn't get a handle on the ball, and things just didn't work out as they couldn't get the ball to the back of the end zone, and they ended up turning the ball over.
Lakeland did have 2 opportunities inside Cougars territory, but you saw that 4th down play. They couldn't convert on it, so they come out. Jeff Wasilchak talks to them at the half, and they'll get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, expect the Chiefs to put something together. At some point, I think they're going to get into the end zone. It's just a matter of who's going to get that second score. Will it be a 1-point difference? But the Lakeland Chiefs, they've had some big plays. They just got to make them at the right time.
Well, we'll see if they can make them at the right time when we come back. 3rd quarter on the way here on MyTV WQMY.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
Cougars came out of the block early on. Looked like they might blow this one out after they had good field position to begin the 1st quarter. But Lakeland, boy, they want this one just as much as the Cougars do. They both have come out here in the after halftime. Let's see what both teams can do. Nice crowd on hand, as you might expect, here in Peckville. Standing room only around the left side of the fences. There you see some of the crowd from the Valley View side, and as expected, both student bodies well represented.
Had some picture-perfect nights to start the year. It's been a good year of weather for high school football.
Absolutely. No postponements, no rain. I mean, good weather tonight. Once the sun goes down, the moon comes up. Quarter moon looking over Peckville tonight. And a hard-hitting game. We've seen a lot of guys, couple guys down. A couple guys coming up, holding arms, but I mean, pretty hard hitting, John.
Yeah, a physical game. These two always traditionally have some tough kids, and they've shown it tonight. I think, Coach Jeff Wasilchak is hoping maybe Babcock could break one or two, or maybe they could get a connection with their tight end downfield. Polito's been open a couple of times. In the meantime, Valley View has shown a couple flashes of stuff themselves, including Scotty Wasilchak.
So change from the kicker. That's Carey who's going to do the kicking tonight, looks like, for Valley View. Three backs to receive, including Babcock in the middle. Another squib kick taken by one of the up men. They fumble around with it. Pigeon finally picks it up, and Lakeland will begin their first drive at the 30. And Aaron had a chance to talk to Jeff Wasilchak. What did Coach have to say, Aaron?
Bob, well, Coach said they're just making too many mistakes. They're not playing sound football right now. He also said they're not handling pressure up front well, and they just need to play fundamental, better football. But he also said the good thing is, for how poorly he says they played, they're only down 6-0, so they're right back in this thing, guys.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is that scoreboard. So here comes Lakeland. 62 rushing yards in the first half, 26 passing, just 4 first downs for the Chiefs. This is Cody Rupp, who's played most of the game. Hands it off to Babcock, who's met by Brzezinski. Boy, he's having a game from the linebacker position.
He's been a stud tonight. Man, nice job by Brzezinski one more time, who's coming in at that linebacker position. Let's watch him read this, gets over there, and then just throws him around. Brandon Brzezinski.
Tackle for a loss of 5 yards, and have to watch him throughout the night. Well, Brzezinski in there had some help this time from Pittsman.
You want your linebackers to make plays, and the D linemen allowing the Cougars to do that. You see up front, the hat-on hat, initial contact, Pittsman and Brzezinski coming over to help clean up.
If you're Lakeland, I would think you might feel you should be up 21-0. They have to cut down on their penalties. They made some mistakes as well. Rupp will roll. Couldn't get outside. Hudak, who was banged up in the first half, comes right in to sack the quarterback. Good way to start for Valley View.
Well, Hudak here on the outside, 6'2", 290 or 245 pounds. He breaks free over there from the tackle and gets in there to make the play.
Another punt for Eastat. Boy, this one just gets to him and he shanks it. Goes out of bounds. They're saying the 23-yard line. So that's a punt of 5 yards.
Oh, this is one of those plays Georgia wanted. Now they have to capitalize. They're at the 23-yard line or so. Now is where they're going to have to get the job done.
They moved it to the 25. That's where Valley View takes over their first possession. Let's see if they can convert this time. Mitch McHale, the quarterback, gives it off to Scott Wasilchak. He's met by the linebacker, Furco.
That's what you want, a little response out of your guys after show a little adversity. Lakeland right now comes back in here. And again, you see the linebackers getting into it. Just couldn't block them. Furco, as Bob mentioned, in on the tackle. Babcock helping out.
McHale, again, quick out to Osborne. Defense right there. Harding shoots in. Babcock in there. No gain on that. Third down on the way.
Those D-backs probably are talked to at halftime. Hey, You got to see it quick. You see that guy open up his hips, you come up like a jet. And the ball was a little bit low. Harding there, and then a couple other guys, including, how about the defensive tackle, Corey Bednash, running over there quickly.
See if that play sets up something later on in the game, downfield. Power eye on third. Here comes the blitz trying to set up the screen. Broken up by Corey Bednash, who read that perfectly.
Bednash literally all over the field for Lakeland. Out in the flat to help make a tackle, then right in the middle of the field on that one. Just a heady play from Bednash.
So Valley View doesn't have much of a kicking game. They will have to go for it.
Talk about delivering the blow there for the Lakeland defense. Nice job by number 76, Antonio Sermonero. Nice job from him of getting penetration.
So another fourth down opportunity, this time for Valley View. Kale rolls left. No one downfield. Finally tosses it, trying to hit Osborne. Goes incomplete. Lakeland takes over on downs. So defense, the name of the game here in the third quarter.
Lakeland just keeps finding ways to clamp down. Mitch McHale rolling. Got to stop and set his feet. Maybe just lollipop that a little bit more. Had a guy who was behind the defense. Of course, when the play's going full speed, tough to do. But again, that's what you see. And maybe you talk about it in the film, and George Wanitz will get to that.
Nasir Smith, excuse me. Lakeland ball. Tyler Bilotis, number 9, bringing it in. Flags come from all over the place.
Snap infraction. Offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Mike Serra, our referee crew tonight.
I'm sure both coaches are kind of going over this and did it at halftime. Hey, who wants it? You know, here we are. We get great field position play 4 plays, and then we're done. And Lakeland gets an opportunity to get the ball back after holding so tight, and then there's a penalty, right? That's kind of how the first half played as well. So, again, somebody's got to just continue some momentum here and want it a little bit more.
Right now, the defenses want it more than the offenses. Furco met quickly by Pitzman again. Lakeland had some success, John, on some of the drives, getting it to Babcock on the corner with using that speed, but Valley View, I think, since then has countered that speed of their own. Here comes the blitz. We're up, picked off. Osborne. Jake Osborne, the junior, returns it to the 4, 1st and goal, Valley View.
Athletes making plays, and Jake Osborne is one of those athletes. He started the game with a big play, and here he is in a key situation. Pick me up this way. Osborne thinking, just got to get a little closer, He gets down to the 4. Big, 3.5, 4 yards here for the Cougars.
Rupp just overthrew Furco. Here are the Cougars trying to capitalize. Silchek turns it inside. Touchdown to Valley View. No. So the Cougar faithful happy. They convert The interception into 6. They'll go for 2 one more time.
Well, with Silchak out here, he's got 2 guys. Let me just cut it up. Follows his fullback and takes it in for the score.
10 on the clock. It just got the play in. McHale has to get up quickly. Try it again. This Pitt's been out of the backfield. Caught and fumbled, and it will go in for a no conversion. So with 7:38 in the third, Valley View is up 12-0.
Right out into the flat. Pittsman. And a nice break up over there from Estat. And no doing, but Valley View up 12.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
RS Gorilla Service and Cycle Shop would like to wish the Valley View Cougars and Lakeland Chiefs a great season. Having trouble with your engine, transmission, or brakes? Call Rick at RS Gorilla 570-876-3797. His trained and knowledgeable staff will help you with your auto and motorcycle service problems. Serving the Valley and surrounding area for over 31 years at RS Gorilla.
So we are back at John Henses Memorial Stadium. 12-0 Valley View. On the kick goes to the short field, up man if you call it. And Lakeland has it at the 35. So now the Chiefs have to come back out with coming off an interception, John. First series of the third quarter went the wrong way. If you're an offensive coach for Lakeland, what are you trying to do?
Well, I think they still want to try to run the football a little bit, and they've tried that, whether it's with Furco or Babcock or what have you, but they're trying to see if they can get a little jump start with the pass. Of course, last time it didn't go that well for them with the interception. The linebackers are just making all kind of plays right now. It's hard to get into Pittsman, and of course what the job Brzezinski has done for this Valley View Cougar defense. I think if they're bringing heat on certain downs, you got to find a way, either a screen or some kind of crossing route over the middle to see if you can get behind them.
New quarterback is Gross, his second time tonight. We'll see the junior. Backman going nowhere. That line not giving him any holes. Pittsman in there, Brzezinski, and a host of other Cougars.
And right now, the defensive line of the Cougars and those linebackers are handling the Chiefs up front. Got to be able to block people. And right now, look at the linebacker. Totally free, Pittsman. Nobody touched him. He's just a sophomore.
Again, he's in the backfield. Babcock gets the corner. And nailed from behind. Pittsman had the first shot, got the last shot. Just a gain of a couple, 3rd and long on the way.
And I see if they get a little max protection, knowing that the Cougars are going to bring some heat. And maybe you get lucky. You throw one up to Estat or one of these guys on the outside. Maybe they can get behind somebody. Luke Pettinado, also one of these receivers out here.
Gross back, going over the middle. That was Zach Polito, the senior downfield. But Gross took a shot on the back end. Goes incomplete. 4th down.
Got a guy, the leg injury over the middle here. That is Evan Carey. And you see here, Gross trying to throw it. A little like Flutie there with the number 2. Just out of the reach. I think it would have been a challenging catch there with the way the head was, but
that'd be former Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie. For people that don't know, he was in the 80s. So both teams playing out of division. Division play doesn't start for a week, and this is what it looks like so far in Division 1 of the Lackawanna Football Conference. A lot of 2-0s up there. Very tight race, I think, in Division 1 this year.
Yeah, and Scranton Prep may be the cream of the crop. North Pocono's trailing tonight. Abington Heights is trailing. Popak's trailing. Valley View could be, the first team to get to 3-0. But Scranton's a real deal. They're a good football team. They're beating Popak right now. They came back and beat Hazleton. Hey, Dallas is a quality team. They're trailing Berwick by 7 right now. West Scranton in a battle with Dunmore. Delaware Valley will get better as the year goes along because they're young. So I think we'll see, as you say, parity 101 in both the Lackawanna Conference and the Wyoming Valley Conference this year, District 2.
Absolutely. And Abington Heights in that, losing tonight to Williamsport. So another punt on the way.
Lakeland's got 10, I think. They're calling for one more. Let's count them up. Here he comes.
This drives Coach Wasilchak nuts. These stats been, except for the last punt, he's done a nice job tonight. Finally gets it away. High hanging kick. I don't know if it was touched by Osborne, but they're going to go after it. He falls on it at the 23. Good heads-up play by Jake Osborne, the junior. So that brings the Cougar offense back on there, the Chiefs cheerleaders. Well represented tonight. Nice crowd coming down. They don't have to drive that far.
Let's see if Lakeland's defense can come up with a turnover or a big play. They need it right now, halfway through this third period. Cougars in the meantime looking, hey, we put up 12. Let's try to get one more and get enough cushion to seal it.
Silchak comes back trying to get the corner. Backmanick, the other speedster there. He meets him right at the line of scrimmage.
Got a hold. So kind of a jet sweep look here out of Valley View as they get Wasilchak coming in motion. But they get a hold in the meantime, so it's all for naught. Chiefs need to turn up the heat right now, see if they can force Valley View into a mistake.
Might see a couple blitzes here by Lakeland. As John mentioned, put that pressure on now. On 1st and 20. Ball back at the 15. Little option. Wasilchak has it. Tripped up. Not after a good gain, though. Little roll for about 13 yards.
Will they come back to it on that short side of the field again as Valley View trying to put a little wrinkle in what they're doing at halftime? Hey, everybody makes their adjustments. Let's show them something different.
Wasilchak had 44 yards in that first half. And longest was 16 yards. Give him 13 more. 2 touchdowns tonight for the senior. He's going up against his godfather on the other side, Coach Jeff Wasilchak. Again, 20 gets it. Just a couple yards. You want to keep the clock rolling now if you're Valley View. To the 31 it goes.
Nice call. You get a little closer, make it manageable here. About almost 5 yards here on this one.
Cougars have won 3 of the last 4 meetings. One of those was a forfeit by Valley View in 2013. Timeout on the field called by the Cougars. So we'll take a quick timeout here. Still 12-0 Cougars.
The family of Anthony Sermonero wish the Lakeland Chiefs all the best. Anthony Sermonero will be running his 100th marathon at the Steamtown Marathon. Set your goals and go after them, Chiefs, from Alice, Tony, Mara, Antonio, and Carmen.
The man just keeps on going, doesn't he? Whew. Of course, you see him running around here just about every day. He's out. So we're back on the field. Bye-bye, John Mendola, Aaron Dugan. Rivalry of the week, Lakeland and Valley View. Little reverse to Carey. Evan Carey goes nowhere, so now here comes the punt team for Valley View.
Pigeon in on that tackle. Matt's 5'11", 155 pounds. He's a senior. See Carey trying to break it up. A block over there in the back. Nothing doing anyway, so see if the special teams here for the Chiefs could get a spark.
Yeah, Lakeland's defense playing well here in the third quarter. Nothing you can do about that last interception. Nice high kick. This one takes a bounce right at the 40-yard line. Now let's head over to Aaron on the Lakeland sidelines. Aaron.
Hey, Bob. Well, I walked over here to the Lakeland side to talk to some of their fans. This is AJ. AJ, what do they got to do to get back in the game?
You know, Cy Babkinik, the beast. They got to give him the ball. He's going to be running touchdowns all over the field. Valley who?
Oh, you guys have a lot of spirit. How much fun do you guys have here coming out to support your team?
Wait, what was that?
How much fun do you guys have supporting your team?
Oh, we have a lot of fun. You know, we're always cheering on our teams. We're always going hard. You know, we're always making sure that they got to get the win because, yeah.
All right. Back to you.
Well, let's see if they have something to cheer about. They don't. Hudak in there quickly. No one blocked him. Takes down Gross.
I don't know if it was a miscue or what happened here in the backfield, and it happened like a flash. Hudak right there. Babumski.
Well, Lakeland put up 24 last week on Old Forge. Nothing going so far in this game, but they're only down 12, 2 scores, and they can get back into it. Their defense is playing well. Let's see what the offense can get going. Eastat now tries his hand. He goes nowhere. Good job on the outside.
Looking for
safety
a face mask.
Osborne, and Lakeland going to get a break there.
Osborne brings down Eastat on that one. He tried to get around over to the corner. Eastat, little pitch. He was hoping for a face mask call, but he just grabbed his shoulder pad. Did not appear to be a horse collar tackle at all, so I think they were hoping for that.
So another 3rd and long for this offense that has sputtered here in the 3rd.
This is what you draw up. Do you screen back to the tight end here when they bring the heat? What are they going to do?
Get it out of the hands quick, that's all I know. Good blocking up front. Gross pulled it down quickly. Almost got back to the line of scrimmage, but that brings up 4th down in a punting situation again.
Well, it's a popular down, 3rd down high school football. Always seem to bring those linebackers. You just got to be able to figure out a way to get by them. One of them is tucking and going if you can get to that next level, but there's always somebody hanging around. Get a little block for your fullback to kick out, and there's just enough there that squeezes in and makes that tackle.
Bad snap, but Eastat does a nice job to grab it. Osborne takes it at the 27. He brings it up to it's about the 37, excuse me, and that's where Valley View takes over with 1:05 left in the 3rd quarter. And they have a 12-0 lead. Lakeland defense now has to step up one more time. Next week, Valley View has Wallen Paul Pack in here. They're battling Scranton on Friday night. That will be a division game for Valley View. Jeff Wasilchak's team of Lakeland, they will host Nanticoke. So a penalty for Valley View again. That will back them up for their starting position to the 23. Lakeland has had opportunities.
Yep.
They've gotten the ball in good field position. Their defense is playing better here in the third, and Valley View's beating themselves.
Yeah, you're running out of time to wait for something to happen. But at the same time, I think the Cougars feel the same way. They're waiting for something to happen, too. They just happen to be up 12 points, but I don't think they feel real comfortable just being up 12.
This is Pitzman, the sophomore fullback. Takes it for 11.
I think you just run until you can't run anymore if you're Valley View. You're up 12. The clock's going to move. You bring a couple of guys, pull them around, and Pitzman gets some positive yardage close to a first down. They're going to move the chains in this one. You get a young sophomore running the football, give Wasilchik a blow, let him run it a few times. I think you're going to be in pretty good shape to try and control this game here. You don't even have to. Well, it's close. I guess it's they got to run this play.
Fullback again through. Pitzman motoring to the 47. 13 more for Pitzman. This is a kid who didn't even have a carry coming in. They haven't needed him in the first two games. Big wins over Mid-Valley and Pittston area. Second half was played by a lot of second stringers.
There's a 5-second differential, so they will have to get this playoff here before the end of the quarter.
Two tight ends. Wasilchak through inside Lakeland territory, and that will do it. So Valley View adds one more score in the third quarter, and they'll take a 2-touchdown lead into quarter number 4. But all Valley View here tonight.
NFL doubleheader action this Sunday on Fox 56 after a loss to Dallas. The Giants are favored to avoid an early 0-2 hole when they battle Atlanta at 1. Then DeMarco Murray learns what it's like to take on his old team when Romo and the Cowboys come to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles in the ultimate division rivalry matchup. Pregame begins at 11 this Sunday on Fox 56. I expect social media to blow up all over the place this weekend with this Cowboy-Eagle thing, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Week number 2, Eagles coming off a tough one. Cowboys themselves, so must win maybe for both. Valley View comes out in the 4th. McHale to Osborne on the right-hand side. Pickup of 8. And we are back at John Hens' Veterans Memorial Stadium in Peckville. Bob-eyed John Mendola and Aaron Dugan. Glad you could join us for our rivalry of the week. It's been mostly Valley View on the scoreboard. Lakeland has had opportunities, and there you see Osborne again. Nothing downfield, really, for McHale. Just little quick outs, and McHale keeps that one for a first. Inside Lakeland territory.
Well, quick set for the Valley View Cougars. Hey, let's get up to the line. I'm thinking, what are they doing? Well, let's just wedge block it and send our quarterback forward to get a first down. Move the sticks a little bit. Maybe you get the play off, right under the 11-minute mark, and all of a sudden you're into the 10-minute time frame. So that's the mentality. I think right now Valley View and Jeff Wasilchak could just look on and say, somebody's got to make a play.
I think that's all he wants, too. Number 20 shoots through Wasilchak again. Up to the 31. Gain of 7.
Pigeon in there at the linebacker position. He gets blocked, tries to come over and help make the tackle. And they squeeze a little bit with Bab Connect, but not before Wasilchak gets some nice common yards there for the Cougars.
Moving up front again.
Little tail came up in the air there on the front of the Cougars.
Prior to the snap, false start offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, Coach George Hawanitz has something to address in this week before they meet Walpole Pack. Penalties have really conquered Valley View tonight.
Silchak sending in some thoughts over there to Luke Pettinato, telling some of his guys, hey, this guy comes back in motion, here's how we're going to defend it.
Kale out quickly, short hops that one, trying to hit Carey. Didn't get all of it.
Bob, you mentioned this earlier. You said, hey, this may set something up. I mean, I think you almost have to sell out if you're Lakeland at this point. They're not throwing a deep ball. They're throwing those quick little passes, 2, 3, 5 yards. Why not get a beat on it? You know, you bait them a little bit, the quarterback, you come up, fire away, and try to get a pick six.
So third down on the way. Sort of a draw play to Wasilchak and off deep in the backfield. Clock will roll. We're under 10 here to play.
Another fourth down situation here for Valley View. We've gone for a bunch of fourth downs. And they're going to go for yet another one, even though the field position is what it is.
We've seen a lot of them tonight. McHale back, here comes a blitz. Pigeon got him as he was throwing the ball. Goes incomplete. Lakeland takes over on downs. They'll have it at the 34. Can the Chiefs offense find anything?
Well, that's where you say, hey, you know, it's fourth down. You know, they're at the 40. They end up throwing the football. The heat from Pigeon over there, and again, just a little bit short. And now Lakeland has an opportunity to see if they can go. But I think Coach Hawanitz is saying, hey, we've held them this far. You know, I think we could do it. Still got to go over 60 yards here.
They just need one big play. This is Gross back in, gives it to Harding. On a quick out, he's up to the 40, 6 yards on that.
Well, Harding cut that back to the middle. Gross, again, that's a real bang-bang play. Block from the fullback out there, Furco.
Lakeland cannot spend too much time in that huddle. They have to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Not a lot of time, down 12. Thank you to all of our sponsors here on MyTV. They give it to Babkinek and nowhere to go. Hudak in there again quickly to break that one up.
Right at the point of attack, again, going to that Valley View defense, and you can name them all. Mazzoni, Hudak, Pitzman, Cicero, Brzezinski, Pitzman, Babcock, all those guys up front are doing an outstanding job.
Under 8 to play. Cougars looking on, trying to start this season 3-0. Started 2012 4-0. 2011 they started 7-0. Here comes the all-out blitz to Gross. Avoids one, gonna go downfield. And almost hit Polito. I thought he was gonna throw it a little longer the way he was winding up. Goes incomplete.
3 guys in the backfield. Babkinek gets a block on the linebacker. Gross kind of tried to almost do a jump pass. Stood up a little bit and got that ball a little high. A tight window there anyway on that play. Just not a lot of separation between the receivers and D-backs.
Cougar band having fun. East Staff. It's another nice kick away. Baconic downs it at the 28, and that's where Valley View will take over. 7:27 and change remaining. Cougars up just 12. Their offense has done a nice job tonight, but it's been penalties that have hurt the Cougars, John, and I feel like they could be up 27 or 30-0. Their defense is playing well against Lakeland, shutting them out through 3.5 quarters.
Let's see if Scotty Wasilchek, what he could do here. Again, getting a nice performance by Sam Pittsmans, 5'11", 210-pound sophomore at the fullback position.
I'd be shocked if you saw any throws here. Again, Pittsman shoots through.
Got a lineman out there, Bob. All the way out on the right-hand side, and Hudak, oh, ended up getting a block over there on the defensive end, kind of came in from the backside.
Valley View not in any hurry. Next week, we're on the road again at Old Forge. They'll take on Lake Lehman. Both teams winning on Friday night. There you go. Hudak's downfield with a block. He makes it. Wasilchak shoots through. John, good eyes. Got the lineman out there. Saw a little bit of that last night in the college game with Louisville.
Yeah, why not bring him out? I mean, it gives you a guy who could seal that inside for you. You get a block out of your tackle that seals. You get Hudak out there that seals, and there's a nice lane for Scotty Wasilchak to do his job and get upfield. Pigeon in on that tackle.
Cougars just wearing Lakeland down, John, I think, up front. Couple guys with hands on their hips. And let's see what.
Huh? No, it's more than that. Please reset the game clock to 6:27. 6:27, please.
Valley View, of course, the 1992 AA state champions. Quarterback of that was George Hawanitz. A lot of those players have remained here. Some are in the administration, some are teachers. Stick around in Valley View era. They won the Big 11 title 12 times, did the Cougars. Longtime coach Frank Bazzalia. Little option, and McHale with the left hand barely got it to Wasilchak. Lucky there, it didn't bounce him.
You bring up a good point, Bob, with some of these guys. When you get a guy like George Hawanitz, who played as a quarterback for a state championship team, but take over for a legendary coach and Frank Bazzalia, there's that pressure every year, year after year. Hey, how you guys going to do? What's your record, stuff like that. So it's a challenge. You're just trying to get the most out of young men, and George Hawanitz feeling good after a couple of weeks, but it's a long season.
It's been he's been here 9 years, but I feel like he just started last year.
It feels like 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9 years goes pretty darn quick.
Of course, they won that district title in AAA 2011 with Naheem Wortman-White. There's Wasilchak breaking out, gets a block, and gets to the 35 of the Chiefs, 15 yards for Scott Wasilchak.
Well, here's Scotty Wasilchak, breaks through that line and knows how to go upfield. He's got quick, shifty feet, loves to hunt and fish, real outdoorsman, and you see what he does on the field. He punches that clock, does a great job here for the Cougars.
Yeah, nothing fancy, John. Just finds the hole and hits it. So now this could be the dagger in the Chiefs. Pittsman through. Couple yards. Hold on to the ball at this point. Both teams will come out of this banged up. As some hard hitting down there.
It's nice when you get your fullback involved. The quarterback kind of run into each other just a hair, but nice effort. Kevin Johnson in on that tackle.
Picks up a block from Pittsman as Wasilchak, and Harding knocks him down. Up near the first down, they'll stop that. They should be able to move the chains at the 25. Again, just a straight pitch, John.
Yep, just a little stretch. Pittsman seals that corner. You like the way your defensive back, Harding, comes up, try to knock those pins out. But not before another Valley View Cougar first down.
This is where penalties have hurt them, especially in the beginning of the game. First 2 quarters, they had opportunities just like this, getting near the red zone. And Coach Wanitz mentioned at halftime, they're just beating themselves. See if they can close this one out. Quarterback keeper.
Boy, the boys up front for the Valley View offense been outstanding. Hudak, Bertulis, Cicero, Brzezinski, Crayer. I'm sure we've had a couple of guys filling in here and there for them, but nice job up front.
I've been very impressed on the defensive side with Brzezinski. 70 tackles a year ago, number 52. Wasilchak shooting through, big gain inside the 15 to the 12.
Good luck, Cougars and Chiefs. Kozlowski Law, serving all your legal needs, including personal injury, workers' comp, DUI, criminal defense, elder, and estate law. Our team is here to help you in your time of need. Call us 570-876-3779 for Kozlowski Law.
Cougars up 12, under 3 to play. Lakeland defense been on the field a long time. They give it to Pittsman, but Corey Bednash has other thoughts. He lines them up. Loss of 1. Chiefs do have 3 timeouts remaining.
Oh, here it is. Again, Pittsman straight up. Bednash beats him right in the backfield. Of course, Furco right there. You're not getting by, I don't know who you are if you get by those 2 guys, but few and far between big plays tonight for the Lakeland D. Valley View has put enough together to get the job done. There's been some plays, but you need more consistency. I think that's one thing we're going to ask, that Coach Wasilchak's going to ask of his own group.
Nowhere to go for number 20. At this point, it really doesn't matter. Lakeland not going to stop the clock at this point. Down 12. Cougar Band likes it. Cougar Faithful will too. No need even to score. 3rd down on the way. Tenth play of the drive. They started at their own 29. And Mitch McHale calls timeout. Hey, Fox 56 Sports Show is on the way tonight. Aaron, what do you have for us?
Well, Bob, there's a packed show tonight. Of course, you earlier in the week, you headed up to Lackawanna College to talk with Mark Duda and the team. We'll have that. I also headed to Tamaqua to talk with the girls cross country team. They recently won an invitational, so we'll check in with them. John Mendola, he headed to talk to Myers first-year head coach Jeff Labatch about that team. In our Who Is This Week, where we get to know the athletes off the field, we have Nick Becker from Southern Columbia, the quarterback. He was injured, but he's hoping to be back out on the field very soon. And we also have the Hazelton area cheerleaders, and you guys definitely want to check them out. They have some pretty sweet stunts and moves, guys.
Thank you, Aaron, and we'll talk to Aaron in the Northwoods Nissan post-game show. She'll talk to the players of the game. And John, right now, I think it's Brzezinski, number 52, from the defense for Valley View, and you have to give it to Wasilchak, I think, on the offense, over 100 yards for another night.
Yeah, a couple other guys stepped up tonight. I mean, Pittsman, I think, has been great. Jake Osborne has been a nice spark, and then up front, Hudak showing some stuff as well. But, nice group effort here for the Cougars. But a couple of those guys, as you mentioned, have shined.
That's the Northwoods Nissan post-game show coming up in about a minute on the game clock anyway. Wasilchak through on 3rd down, up to the 6. So it will be 4th down on the way. But I'm not sure Coach Awanitz want to score or just you play it out and see what happens, John. 4th down on the way. They'll get one more play. That should be it, too. 4th and 2.
I think you got to get it to number 20. Yeah, I know the clock's ticking down. It's the end of the game. I mean, they could kneel, but I think they'll try to go forward here. Well, they jumped off, so none of that. They'll just take a knee probably.
Yeah. Essentially, Valley View has held this for just about 7 minutes on the game clock. They put this one away. So you're going to look at this game in the paper tomorrow, and you see 12-0. You think, oh, it was pretty close, but I'm not sure it was that close.
It's tough to take. I mean, I think you could look at it both ways. Two different people could be here at the game and say, Lakeland played them pretty tough. We only lost by 2 scores. We're a couple plays away. But as you say, another person might say, hey, we dominated the game up front. Coach Wasilchak may say, hey, we just didn't have it. We didn't have it tonight.
He wasn't happy when I talked to him on Monday. I'm glad I'm not going up there again this week. Lakeland falls to 1-2, and Valley View improves to 3-0. They pull out this rivalry game. Final score, 12-0. We come back. It's the Northwoods Nissan postgame show here on MyTV, WQMY.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome back. I'm here with the players of the game, our offensive and defensive players of the game from Northwoods Nissan. We'll start with Brandon Brzezinski, our defensive player of the game. Shutout here tonight. How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, we have 2 shutouts already on the season. We only gave up 7 points. One of the top defenses in the league. I love it.
3-0 now. Is that what you expected?
Yeah, we worked hard all summer. We knew we were a good team. We just got to play like this every week of the season. Limit the mistakes. We could be a really good football team this year.
And how about offensively? Of course, guy next to you here, everything kind of runs through him with Wasilchak, but you have some other weapons as well. Just kind of wrap up your offense for me.
I mean, you got the Carey boys. You got Jake Osborne. They're going to be dominant next year. They're going to be dominant. They can't be covered. Scotty, he runs for 200 a game. Sammy Pittsman, lead blocker. The O-line's always working hard in the shoots. We had a great game tonight.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Move on to our offensive player of the game, Scott Wasilchak. Always finding those holes out there. Tell me about the work that your O-line does for you.
The line puts in a lot of work all week during practice, trying to get their blocking assignments right and just do all the right things, and it really showed tonight.
The score, I don't know if it's really indicative of how things went tonight. It seems like it was maybe a little closer than you'd think. What do you think about the score tonight?
It was a little closer than I would have liked. The defense did a great job. 2 weeks in a row, they did a shutout, and we just have to improve on offense, score when we're in the red zone, and come back strong next week.
You're 3-0 now. What's the biggest thing you take from this week going into next week?
We just have to come out stronger in the beginning of the game and correct our mistakes and improve each week.
Well, great game tonight, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to try to grab Coach Hawanitz, and I'll be right back, guys.
Good luck, Aaron. He's in there with the team, so we'll wrap this one up here. A great defensive effort. Brzezinski mentioned it. They've given up only 7 points this year, had 2 shutouts in there. While Paul Pack comes here next week, boy, they look pretty good on defense.
They do. I mean, the Cougars are right now playing well. Popak struggled a little bit on offense against Scranton tonight, so we'll see if that continues next week with what Valley View has done on the field. And again, feeling really good about a 3-0 start.
Lakeland, on the other hand, falls to 1-2. I know Jeff Wasilchak won't be happy. There's some bright spots in there, but they have to revamp again. They have Nanticoke next week.
Yeah, I think they'll get recharged a little bit next week. Nanticoke has a lot of younger players this year, so hopefully the Chiefs can get healthy in some positions and start putting some things together.
And they'll contend definitely in Division II of the Lackawanna Football Conference when they get to that point. So another shutout win for Valley View. They improved to 3-0. Again, back in 2012, they started 4-0. They'll try to match that next week when the Buckhorns come to town. So that will do it. George Hawanitz is talking to his team. We congratulate him on the big win here over Lakeland. Next week, our Fox 56 sports crew is in the pizza capital of the world, John's favorite place on earth, and it will be the Lake Lehman Black Knights taking on the Old Forge Blue Devils, and that should be a heck of a battle down there in Old Forge. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, I want to thank the Valley View School District for allowing us to do tonight's game. For Aaron Dugan, John Mendola, this is Bob Ide saying so long from John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium. The final again, Valley View wins it 12-0.
This is a Fox 56 sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.